The blockade has a major impact on every area of life, including education. And anyone who has visited Cuba, including over 100 NEU delegates who participated in delegations over the past 7 years, will have seen the shortages and limitations that the Cuban teachers and students have to overcome to fulfill their educational potential.
My name's Gawain Little, and I was part of the 2016 NEU delegation to Cuba. The thing that really struck me about the Cuban education system when I saw it firsthand is the extent to which the views of educators and of students are listened to within the system. In any major educational reform, their views aren't just taken into account, but the views of professionals provide the starting point for those reforms. I think there's an awful lot we could learn from Cuba. But whilst there, I also saw the terrible shortages within their schools and within the education system as a whole. Students writing 2 lines per line in their exercise books because the blockade means they simply don't have enough to go around. I'm really proud that we're part of an initiative to support the fantastic work that Cuba does in education and to challenge the illegal blockade.
Hello, my name is Alpha Kane. I am a member of Brent District of the NEU. I was part of the delegation, the 2017 delegation that went to Cuba. And what struck in my mind was when we were in Ciudad Libertad, just before going to the Literacy Museum, we went to a school called Abel Santa Maria, which is for the visually impaired students. And as we entered the school, we had a braille machine that we had with us to Cuba for exactly the type of school like that. And I was just walking towards a classroom, and I saw a plaque on one of the walls displaying. And the plaque read, "Give me freedom, challenges, independence, equality, demands, and love. Do not give me overprotection, sympathy, or pity." That, to me, summed up the Cuban education system. We need to do everything to help Cuba, especially with this horrible blockade, which is criminal and illegal. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nifa. I'm from Oldham and I'm part of the Bury NEU district. I absolutely loved my time on the NEU and CSE Cuba delegation a few years ago now. And what stood out to me the most was the community spirit and self-confidence everyone had, and how welcoming and approachable everyone was, both out in the streets as well as in the schools and the different community groups we met. I think people were very supportive of each other as a community, regardless of where people had come from. And I think it's great how people would often share what they had. And if they had too much of something, they would obviously make sure that those extra resources went elsewhere. It's a real shame that they have to really ration what they have. And I think the more we can do to support them, the better.
Hello, my name is Leslie Ohini Jane Cranting. I went on a delegation to Cuba in 2017. The memories that I have of the Cuban people were very warm people, very inviting, very caring, very giving, very inclusive. The trip itself was an amazing trip. We learned so much about the education system in Cuba. Despite the horrific blockade, they still do over and above what I feel we do in this country, especially for pupils who have got additional need to their learning. The Cubans do as much as they can with the resources that they have. It was a fantastic trip, and I would urge anyone who, if you ever get the opportunity to go on a delegation to Cuba or even just to visit, to do so. You will learn so much. You will come back amazed, and it will change your life.
Hello everybody, it's Neil Sledge here from Wirral NEU. I went with comrades and colleagues from the NEU to Cuba in 2018, had a fantastic time visiting all the schools, children loving their learning, teachers loving teaching, buildings falling apart, not much paper, very short supply of pens, pencils, stationery, and children writing like 2 lines on 1 line, dead small writing, both sides of the paper. So we really need to support them because children and everyone loves education, they value education, and we should be helping them any way we can.
Hi, my name's Julia Simpkins, and I was a member of the 2019 NEU delegation to Cuba. The thing that struck me most in Cuba was the fact that twice as much GDP is spent on education and healthcare as in this country. That means that education is completely free in Cuba, even down to accommodation. Everything is paid for. Recently, returning to Cuba, I was shocked to see the effect that COVID has had on the island. They have almost nothing now, and they need our help and support even more than before. So please give as much as you can. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Julie Nesbitt, and I'm the Leicester City NEU President 2021-2022. I was a part of the delegation that went out to Cuba in October 2019. I was truly astounded with how educational achievement is supported and led in Cuba from naught to PhD level. What also was saddening, though, was the fact that there is not enough resource to support this ethos education. Because of the blockade, basic supplies and braille machines are unable to be purchased directly to Cuba.
Hi, I'm Sue Piper, Tameside NEU, and I'm also in Manchester CSC. I went to Cuba in 2016 with the uni and had a fantastic time. Saw firsthand the commitment, dedication, hard work of the Cuban teachers and how much energy they put into their work. But we also saw through the blockade the lack of resources, basic resources, pens, papers, computers. We went into one classroom, we saw about 8 children around one computer. So we did it in 2019. We sent 2 containers full of thousands of musical instruments. Let's help our Cuban comrades now. Cuba's really struggling, needs our help more than ever. Let's break the blockade.
By supporting the Viva Education Appeal, we can make a small contribution to helping Cuban teachers and students. And at the same time, we can do our bit in breaking this illegal blockade.